Sarah was a dreamer. She always had been. As a young girl, she'd spend hours lost in her imagination. She pictured a life filled with love, laughter, and family. She wanted a home filled with the aroma of baking bread. She yearned for the pitter-patter of little feet. Most of all, Sarah dreamed of a love that would last a lifetime. Sarah had a romantic heart. She devoured novels about dashing heroes and courageous women. These stories fueled her desire for adventure. But Sarah also understood the importance of family. She cherished the moments she spent with her loved ones. She knew that family would always be her anchor. In her mind, Sarah envisioned a life that beautifully blended the excitement of the unknown with the comfort of loved ones. She knew deep down that true happiness lay in finding a balance between following her heart and nurturing the bonds of family. Sarah held on to this dream, letting it guide her as she stepped into adulthood. David was everything Sarah had ever dreamed of. He was kind, funny, and had a twinkle in his eye that made Sarah's heart flutter. They met at a local festival, their paths crossing amidst the joyous atmosphere. Their connection was instant, a shared laughter that echoed through the years to come. Their courtship was a whirlwind of picnics, dances, and stolen kisses under the moonlight. David proposed on a starlit night, the city lights twinkling beneath them. Tears welled in Sarah's eyes as she whispered yes, her heart overflowing with love. They built a life together, brick by brick, their love the foundation. They bought a cozy house with a white picket fence, a symbol of the family they yearned to create. Soon, their home was filled with the aroma of Sarah's baking, just as she had always imagined. And then, their greatest joy arrived. Ethan was born on a bright spring morning, filling their home with the sweet melody of his cries. Sarah held him close, her heart overflowing with a love she had never known. He was perfect, her little miracle. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. Sarah's world revolved around Ethan. She relished every coo, every smile, every milestone. Being a mother was everything she had ever hoped for. But as Ethan grew, a change stirred within Sarah. It started as a whisper, a quiet longing that grew with each passing day. She found herself with a bit more time on her hands as Ethan became more independent. The quiet moments that were once filled with the busyness of motherhood now echoed with a desire for something more. Sarah loved being a mother, but a part of her yearned for intellectual stimulation. She missed the world of ideas, the thrill of learning. Late at night, while everyone else slept, Sarah would find herself drawn to books, newspapers, anything that would nourish her mind. The desire for something more continued to grow within Sarah. She found herself lingering a little longer at the bookstore, her fingers trailing the spines of books on history, art, and philosophy. She'd read an interesting article in the newspaper and wished she could discuss it with someone who shared her interests. The thought of returning to school crossed her mind, a flicker of excitement igniting within her. She imagined attending lectures, engaging in lively discussions, and immersing herself in the world of academia. But doubt quickly crept in. Could she handle the demands of studying while being a wife and a mother? She considered the possibility of finding a part-time job, something that would allow her to use her skills and engage with the world outside her home. But the guilt was immediate. Would she be neglecting her duties as a wife and mother? Would Ethan feel her absence? Sarah was torn. She loved her family dearly, and the thought of doing anything that might detract from her responsibilities weighed heavily on her. She pushed her desires aside, telling herself that her place was at home, but the longing remained, a quiet hum beneath the surface of her daily life.